Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday. It's finally Friday, November the 8th, and we are here to look at the last of the new releases being published this week. Quick announcements, no sprints tonight. I don't do sprints on Friday night. We will have sprints tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and those go for 5 hours. Good morning, Elena. I just started getting sick yesterday. Oh no, so I don't think I should go to program today because I feel really sick. Oh no, stay home and take care of yourself, baby. Cajun, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, off again today. Awesome, enjoy it. Cajun says to Elena, hope you feel better soon. Indeed. Elena finished my books yesterday and read 143 books. Wow, that is great. And thank you for making me feel better. Indeed. Sending you all kinds of love and healing, baby. Let us jump in. This first one is a nonfiction, and actually I got it myself. It's called Constant Reader, The New Yorker Columns, 1927 through 1928, by Dorothy Parker. When in 1927 Dorothy Parker became a book critic for The New Yorker, she was already a legendary wit, a much-quoted member of the Algonquin Round Table, and an arbiter of literary taste. In the year that she spent as a weekly reviewer under the rubric Constant Reader, she created what is still the most entertaining book column ever written. Parker's hot takes have lost none of their heat, whether she's taking aim at the evangelist Amy Semple McPherson. She can go on like that for hours. Hell, she does. Praising Hemingway's latest collection, he discards detail with magnificent lavishness, or dissenting from the Tao of Pooh, and it is that word hummy, my darlings, that marked the first place in the House of Pooh corner at which Constant Weedo woed up. Introduced with characteristic Wiccan sympathy by Sloane Crosley, Constant Reader gathers the complete weekly New Yorker reviews that Parker published from October 1927 through November 1928 with gimlet-eyed appreciation of the high and low, from Isadora Duncan to Al Smith, Charles Lindbergh to Little Orphan Annie, Mussolini to Emily Post. I do like a snarky voice. Yeah. Hi, Mary. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Got that right today. Elena, we're moving right along. Elena, sorry to hear you are sick. Hope you feel much better real soon. And good morning to Cajun. Going to get my haircut today. Then pack my car for the show I have on Saturday. Oh, yes. Hope it does go well. Better than the last one I went to. Well, we're getting closer to Christmas, and people are a little bit more optimistic economically, so maybe it'll go better. I hope so. Cajun says good morning to Mary. All right, so the rest of these, I believe, are fiction. Grim Curiosities by Shane Lynn Fisher. It's 1851 in Old York. Lizzie Grimm struggles to save her late father's charmingly creepy yet floundering antique shop, Grim Curiosities. Then, during a particularly snowy December in this most haunted city in England, things turn curiouser. Lizzie meets Anthony Carlyle, whose sister suffers from the same perplexing affliction as Lizzie's mother, both stricken silent and unresponsive after speaking with ghosts. Working closely together to fathom what power has transformed their loved ones and why, Lizzie and Anthony discover an important clue. Her father's treasured set of rare books on ancient folk tales, enchantments, and Yuletide myths, books that a persistent collector is awfully keen to purchase, books Lizzie can't bear to sell. Every bewitching passage and illustration opens a doorway to something ancient and dangerously inviting. Keys to a mystery Lizzie and Antony are compelled to solve, even if doing so means unleashing one of this holiday's darkest myths. We did that one. Did we do this one? No, you like snark. I'm shocked. I tell you, this is my shocked face. Indeed. Indeed, I do. Hope the show goes well, Mary. Indeed. Oh, you guys are catching on to me. The Memory Dress by Jade Beer. A missing husband and a dress once owned by Princess Diana set two very different women on paths of discovery that will change both their lives forever. England, 2018. Jane is quiet. She keeps to herself and has no grand expectations for her days. But after a chance encounter with her elderly neighbor Meredith, Jane is forced to reevaluate her determination to keep the world at a distance. Meredith's dust-covered home is chaotic and neglected, and slowly Jane starts to grasp that Meredith herself is quite lost. She can't seem to remember anything, what she last ate, when she last went out or saw her daughter, or even Jane's name, despite what are becoming frequent visits. But most alarmingly, Meredith can't remember where her husband is. Unable to sit by and watch Meredith hurting, Jane promises she'll find William. But how can she when the biggest clue Jane has is a mystery itself? A stunning couture gown with a note declaring it is a personal gift to Meredith from Princess Diana. England, 1888. Meredith is always calm. You have to be when working for one of the most iconic women in the world. Just as the stitches she uses to create Princess Diana's wardrobe are steady and stable, so is Meredith, until she finds herself feeling off kilter and untethered by an unexpected connection with someone in the workshop. As Meredith finds herself swept up in life and love for the first time, everything she's ever dreamed about seems in reach, if only she can be brave enough to take it. And this last one is historical fiction. Mary says, thanks so much, Cajun. I do too. It's a lot of work. Absolutely. Work I enjoy, but work nonetheless. It would be nice to have something to show for it. Indeed. Send in positive, profitable vibes. Eleanor of Avignon by Elizabeth Delozier. Provence, 1347. Eleanor, Elia Blanchett, is a young midwife and herbalist with remarkable skills, but as she learned the day her mother died, the most dangerous thing a woman can do is draw attention to herself. She attends patients in her home city of Avignon, spends time with her father and twin sister, gathers herbs in the surrounding woods, and dreams of the freedom to pursue her calling without fear. In a chance encounter, Elia meets Gujo de Chauliac, the enigmatic drinking game personal physician to the powerful Pope Clement, and strikes a deal with him to take her on as his apprentice. Under Chauliac's tutelage, she hones her skills as a healer, combining her knowledge of folk medicine with anatomy, astrology, and surgical techniques. Then two pieces of earth-shattering news. The Black Death has made landfall in Europe, and the disgraced Queen Joanna is coming to Avignon to stand trial for her husband's murder. She is pregnant and in need of a midwife, a role only Ilya can fill. The queen's childbirth approaches as the plague spreads like wildfire, leaving half the city dead in its wake. The people of Avignon grow desperate for a scapegoat, and a group of religious heretics launch a witch hunt, one that could cost Ilya, an intelligent, talented, unwed woman, everything. Interesting. And now we go back to the cozy mysteries. Good afternoon, Helen. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you. Hi, Helen. Hi, both. All right, we ended on the cartoon 12-year-old cover, character on the cover. Covert Chaos by Stephanie Rowe, fifth in the Mia Murphy. Did we do this one? I don't think we did. Mia Murphy has a big announcement, and her friends aren't going to like it, but when Hattie shows up 2 hours late with a corpse in her truck, as one does, Mia's news has to take a backseat to keeping her bestie out of jail. Armed only with a stowaway cat, corded implements, and a cranky mystery writer, the trio of trouble must invade a cauldron of testosterone to uncover the murderer before he or she finds them. Stolen recipes, secret pasts, and inconvenient law enforcement hotties stand in the way of justice, survival, and girl power. But desperate women are unstoppable, and the trio of trouble is no exception. With only hours to uncover the truth, Mia must lead the way down a path that no one wants to go down, except maybe the cat. Katie Watson has a new one. I have read the first one. I have the second one, but haven't read it yet. And this is the third by Katie Watson, as mentioned. This is the Three Dahlias series. This is called A Lively Midwinter Murder. A high society Christmas Eve wedding at a remote Scottish castle sounds like the perfect winter getaway for the three Dahlias and their partners until a snowstorm hits, cutting them off from the mainland and civilization, which of course is when the dead body of one of the other guests turns up in the snow outside the family chapel, a dead body wearing a wedding dress and a stolen diamond necklace. The Dahlias are ready for mulled wine, roaring fires, and romance this Christmas. Now they're on the hunt for another murderer, and if their suspicions are right, it looks like the wedding may be off. This series, the Three Dahlias, are three actresses of different ages playing the same characters, who get together and have solved murders accidentally. Pineapple Christmas. Whoop. By Amy Van Sant, 23rd in the Pineapple Port Mysteries. The series is now optioned for television. It says a little blurb up there. And it says also every book can be read as a standalone mystery. La, 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 la. Her Pineapple Port crew enjoy a Christmas holiday weekend for six at a Victorian bed and breakfast owned by a feisty Australian lady and four giant Flemish rabbits. Where's Annalise? At the Outback Inn, all phones are stored in a time lock, safe to be sure guests disconnect and unwind. Sounds quaint, right? I mean, except for the murder. When the ex-owner is found dead beneath a pile of Victorian dolls, Charlotte is ready to pack up and leave if she has to drag the rest of them with her. Unfortunately, the storm outside won't let them go. The place is in the middle of nowhere. They have no phones or vehicles, and in a bet between humans and Florida lightning storms, the smart money is on the lightning. When the body of social media sensation Princess Christmas shows up next, it's a race to solve the crime before sleigh bells ring a third time. Sheriff Frank and Bob think they've won by begging out of the bed and breakfast trip. Too bad a Christmas decoration thief is working their way through Pineapple Port. When they join Seamus undercover in a nativity scene to catch the culprit, things don't turn out as planned. Sounds like lots of shenanigans. The bunny on the cover. Yes. Murder in Toulouse by Susan Kiernan Lewis, 25th in the Maggie Newberry Mystery Series. When Laurent gets word that his friend Antoine Dubois, head chef at a top culinary bistro in Toulouse, was brutally murdered on the opening day of the city's famous Merguez Sausage Festival, he drives to Toulouse determined to find the killer. As Laurent interrogates staff and rival chefs, it becomes clear that more than reputations are at stake. When Maggie joins her husband in Toulouse to help in any ways she can, she quickly vanishes without a trace, and Laurent is told to stop looking for his friend's killer or she will die. Maggie's job now is to stay alive and to try to leave a trail of breadcrumbs for Laurent to follow. Working with the Toulouse police, Laurent must find Maggie in the treacherous Pyrenees Mountains before it's too late. To do that, he will have to outwit two cunning killers, Antoine's killer and the one who kidnapped Maggie and who will stop at nothing to keep their crimes buried, including killing her. Cranberries and Criminals. Ninth in a Bookstore Cozy Mystery by Lucinda Race. Whose half-baked idea was it for bookstore owner and witch Lily Michaels to enter an amateur baking contest in her small town of Pembroke Cove, Maine? her pie plate's already bubbling over, learning about her witchy powers from her trusted companion and snarky familiar, a talking cat named Milo. Toss in solving a few murders while stirring in wedding planning, and Lily's stretched thin as an overworked pie crust. Lily doesn't have the baking skills of her best friend Nikki, who's an accomplished kitchen witch. As Milo says, Lily can barely boil water, and his dear witch should stay out of the kitchen, except when opening a package of smoked salmon. But why shouldn't she try baking? The crisp November air and approaching holiday season is the perfect inspiration for whipping up some seasonal goodies. It's not like somebody can die from eating a muffin, can they? With help from Nikki and the support of Lily's fiance, police detective Gage Erickson, aka Detective Cutie, Lily preps for the cranberry bake-off. But it's a recipe for disaster when a judge collapses. Was it an allergic reaction, or is someone tired of losing and tart fruits turned into sour grapes? The air is thick with suspicion, and it's up to puzzle-loving Lily to combine the right ingredients to catch a killer with the fingers in the cookie jar. It says each book can be read as a standalone, is best to read in order. End of that row. The Christmas Eve Murders. That one hits all the cozy tropes. Indeed. Gotta hit them all. Bang, bang, bang. The Christmas Eve Murders by Noelle Albright. Really? It's Christmas Eve at the Merry Monarch. Nestled among the Yorkshire Dales, the pub is preparing to host its annual scavenger hunt for its rabble of regulars. There's the landlord, Mickey, his wife Sophia, and their wayward son James, local policeman Alex, and his supernaturally minded deputy Don, as well as Sita, Mrs. Fazarkali, the Kapoors, and Curtis, who's never far from his beloved dog Barkley. Quite the crowd. And this year they are interrupted by a knock at the door from Maddie Marlowe, a journalist who was homeward bound to Edinburgh for Christmas, only to be stranded by car failure and by the snowstorm that's closing in on the village. But Maddie's arrival won't be the only surprise of the night. When the power is cut off and darkness descends, the hunt turns deadly. Maddie and her unexpected Christmas companions must try to find the murderer among them, as it seems one of the group would kill to win. Murder at the Tea Shop by Alice Castle, third in the Sarah Vine mysteries. Having left the big city behind, Sarah Vane is fully embracing her calmer life in the quaint coastal village of Mercers. With more time for hobbies, she joins a very popular life drawing class at the local tea shop. But when their usual model, the ever punctual Mr. Williams, doesn't turn up, Sarah's worried. He'd been complaining of a cough just last week, so she decides to check up on him. Arriving at his crooked little cottage, it appears the front door isn't quite shut. Stepping inside, Sarah is shocked to find Mr. Williams slumped in his armchair. Casting her eyes down to his coffee table, she sees a generous slice of Victoria sponge with one perfectly sized bite taken from it. Is this a case of death by cake? As Sarah hunts around the cluttered cottage for clues, she finds that Mr. Williams had a rather peculiar hobby. It seems that he was an avid collector of ladies' delicates, and from the looks of it, all the washing lines of Merstairs have been raided. Could his quirky collection really be a motive for murder? And then the case takes a darker turn when another elderly resident is found dead after eating a slice of red velvet cake. Sarah starts to wonder, why would anyone target pensioners with a sweet tooth? And in a village known for some of the best cakes in the county, can Sarah find the culprit before another life is taken? Well, the solution to that is don't eat cake. Just saying. Percolating Phantoms, speaking of which, need a sip. All right, this is by Wendy Meadows, third in the Brown's Grounds mystery. Monica Brown thought running her coffee truck at Brown's Grounds would be the perfect gig until a local council feud and a suspicious death in the town's library brew up more trouble than she bargained for. Rumors of a ghost haunting the library's stacks are spreading fast, and Monica's smack in the middle of the chaos. With her business threatened and the handsome Sheriff Nathan Thomas telling her to stay out of the investigation, Monica is determined to solve the mystery before her cozy life goes cold. But as strange accidents and eerie encounters pile up, she starts to wonder if there's more truth to the ghost story than anyone's willing to admit. Can Monica crack the case, keep her truck parked, and stay out of danger? Find out in this page-turning cozy mystery, etc., etc. Crepe Expectations by Susan Kiernan Lewis, 11th in the Stranded in Provence mysteries. Well, some things can get a person very burned up, like a rivalry crepe business in a small village like Chabanel that can only handle one bakery. When the newcomer's crepe kiosk is ransacked and its owner killed, Jules will find her first case as acting village chief of police a veritable hot potato. With the usual unasked for help from Les Soeurs and an assortment of other villagers, Jules must find the true killer of the rival crepe maker before the village loses its other baker to a murder charge. A village without a baker, zut alors! Truly the worst thing that could happen to any village in France. We are about to run out of time, so we'll look at the covers of these last ones. Frosty Wedding Reception by Ashley Quinn. Last Dance in Salzburg. I actually have this one for my mom. She likes that series. By Vivian Conroy. A different place each time. Fiona Walker has a new one. The Village Detectives and the Poison Pen Letters. Murder at Collins Airfield by Diana Zarissa. She has a couple series going on. She's also very prolific. Broadcasting Christmas Cheer by Camille Cabrera, I think it says. And Maple Sugar and Magic by Tara Lush. A Hemlock Hollow mystery with a moose on the cover. Those are the books this week. It is not comprehensive. I can't get to everything, and I don't cover all genres. I don't do horror. I don't do short stories. I don't do anthologies. Things like that. But we seem to look at least 75 books each and every week. Hopefully there's something there to catch your attention. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Plus, Steve and I are going on a date, so to speak. He got tickets to a Pink Floyd musical light show thing. So we're going to be going to that. Because it's my birthday on Sunday, so we're doing this tonight and hopefully just take it easy the rest of the weekend. Cajun, hope everyone has a good day. See you tomorrow. Indeed, everybody have a very good Friday. It's the end of the week. Mary, thanks so much. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Indeed, good luck at the show, Mary. It's going to go well. Cajun, enjoy your day off today. And thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to level 58. So there it is. As the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom. Have a good day and God bless. Thank you, Cajun.